Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Today, we got a Patrick CC escaping Hollywood hell. Lindsay Lohan barely survived. How old is Lindsay? You know? Do you know?
No.
Hold on. My phone on the charger. Hold on. Let me see.
Maybe.
Just guess.
Okay, hold on. Maybe 36.
Close.
37, 35, 38. Okay.
38.
I wanted to go higher because I was about to say 40, but I was trying to remember when certain movies came out and how old I was when those movies came out and how old she possibly was because I knew she was older than me. So I couldn't really and so I was about to say 40, but I said I think she's younger than 40. I don't think she that old.
What's so crazy? If it wasn't for the things that she went through, I think she would be like one of the biggest actors right now. I think she should be one of the biggest actors right now. But unfortunately, she had a lot of things that have happened.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? Every time I see her name, it always takes me back to my old job and how she's blacklisted at my old job.
Oh.
Even if she used an alias.
Yeah.
They have you on high alert for her.
Yeah.
It says she's a no-go customer.
I think you told me that, yeah.
You said what?
I feel like you done told me a couple
it's a
situations
couple people
like that.
It's a couple people like that's a no, and there are A-list celebrities.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan used to be an A-list celebrity. I don't know how people view her now, but you know, man, that's crazy, bro. She got some great. She got a great body of work.
Yeah.
But hey, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
lock it in with a thumbs up.
But let's dive into it, man. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
If there's one perfect example of a child star suffering the wrath of Hollywood hell, it's the story.
I don't know, where her freckles go? Oh, she just got on makeup.
There's one perfect example of a child star suffering the wrath of Hollywood hell. It's the story of Lindsay Lohan. From abusive parents to mismanaging money to being eviscerated by the press to substance abuse, then her movies flopping while she experiences a very public downward spiral, she truly has experienced every element of the child star curse. Then again, her own inexcusable behaviors and reckless lifestyle have genuinely put her and others in danger. At some point, adults can't just blame their past for their current mistakes. When you learn Lindsay's story, you won't be sure to feel bad for her, hate her, or feel genuinely confused how her reality stretched so far from the red-headed 2000s pop culture queen. Lindsay's story begins just like most child stars. Everything is seemingly perfect to the public, but behind the scenes is an entirely different reality. Lohan grew up on Long Island, New York. At 3 years old, Lindsay's parents, Michael and Dina, thrusted their daughter into the spotlight and signed her to Ford Models, a prominent modeling agency based in Paris with several studios across the US. As a child model, Lindsay posed for brands like Calvin Klein Kids and Abercrombie. She also appeared in over 60 television commercials for brands like Pizza Hut and Wendy's, as well as a Jell-O spot with Bill Cosby. Not even old enough to attend kindergarten, Lindsay balanced work with a normal childhood that was unfortunately consumed by conflict as her parents' on and off again relationship presumably made life more difficult for their 4 children. In particular, her father Michael had frequent run-ins with the law and served jail time in a stock fraud case when Lindsay was 4 years old. Lindsay's mother Dina detailed numerous horrific incidents of physical abuse and domestic violence she endured at the hands of Michael, including being R-worded by her own husband. Her mother said, "Lindsay saw her dad abuse me. That's why she's so screwed up. Michael vehemently denied all accusations, but you'll notice her father's behavior gets her in trouble throughout her career. Despite the conflict that pursued at home, Lindsay excelled in the workplace. In 1998, Lohan competed against more than 1,500 young actresses to book a lead role in the remake of the 1961 romantic comedy film, The Parent Trap. The film follows identical twin sisters who are separated at birth due to their parents' divorce. Each parent takes one of the twins to raise without informing the other twin of their existence. Throughout the film, the twins accidentally meet for the first time at a summer camp in Maine. Initially unaware of their relationship, they quickly realize they are sisters and devise a plan to switch places with the aim of reuniting their parents.
Which is so crazy because a lot of us during our childhood thought that Lindsay Lohan was actually a twin. Let's be real, like a lot of us in the 90s, in the early 90s, when this came out, thought Lindsay Lohan had a twin. And I guess it's because we were so much familiar with the Olsen twins. Was it Ashley and Mary Kate? Right?
Yeah.
So we was like, oh, just another set of twins. Because we were so used to Mary Kate and Ashley. Yeah. So we was like, oh, dang, it's another. Then when you grow up and you find out, oh, no, she did both roles, you like, oh, like, dang. And then we was all like, that's talent. To be able to do both roles, that's talent. You got to give it to her, though.
Because the film revolved around identical twins, each actress submitted audition tapes for both roles. I don't know if I was alone here, but when I saw this movie as a kid, I genuinely thought these were two different people. Her feature film debut in The Parent Trap not only showcased her potential as a leading actress, but earned her critical acclaim. Lohan did not just do her part alongside legendary actors like Dennis Quaid and Natasha Richardson, she excelled and received praise from critics for her performance. Her debut was a resounding success, and the film earned over $92 million at the worldwide box office. She was Hollywood's next child superstar. The film earned Lohan a Young Artist Award for Best Performance in a Feature Film and a 3-film contract with Disney. The first film in her contract was another remake, more specifically a remake of the 1976 comedy film Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday centers around a mother and a daughter who magically swap bodies. Throughout the film, the pair are forced to live each other's lives. The mother has to navigate the complexities of high school. In contrast, the daughter must manage her mother's work responsibilities as a psychologist and prepare for her mother's upcoming wedding to her fiancé. Freaky Friday wasn't just a cult classic for 90s babies who grew up on Disney. It grossed over $160 million at the worldwide box office. It's also worth mentioning that Lindsay's aesthetic didn't match the typical bright-eyed, bushy-tailed Disney star. She had more of the alternative, Avril Lavigne-esque look that made her seem more mature, which made it easier to eventually break out of the child star chains. Lohan also decided to embark on the cliche child star to pop star career path. Piggybacking off the movie, she released her first single, Ultimate. She was becoming a product of the Disney pop star factory, executing the same promotional strategy of releasing her second single, Drama Queen, after her 2004 Disney comedy, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen.
Was her career actually successful as an artist? Because I don't remember any Lindsay Lohan actually.
As an artist, I'm not sure. As an art, no, I'm not sure. As an artist, like an actual artist.
You know what? You know what be the problem though. In a lot of situations like this, it's always gonna be somebody up next after you.
True.
Because after Lindsay Lohan, who was the next? For like, I'm gonna just say it like this. Don't get offended. But who was the next like young teenage white girl? I'm asking you, like, who do you think?
After her?
After her. Because I'm trying to go back into my childhood and remember shows. So Lindsay Lohan, Parent Trap and all that, like, but who was the next one after her? After her, if you can remember.
Was it?
Just say it.
Because I can't remember. I was about to say, was it Miley?
No.
It wasn't Miley.
No.
I'm trying to remember when she came. Oh, was it, do you have somebody in mind?
I have it. I'm just trying to see
Well, I can't think then. Because I can't think of everybody.
So, to me...
Hold on. Okay, go. You can
go. Go.
No, I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to cycle through all the... I'm trying to cycle.
Because you know it.
I do. Let me see. Hold on.
The next...
Hold on. Okay, just tell me. Because I will be here all day.
The next white girl.
Oh, I feel like I know
behind her was Hillary Duff.
Oh, Hillary.
And Lizzie McGuire.
Hillary. Oh, yes, Hillary.
And then I feel like once they start focusing on that next girl, you kind of start like, because they got to push that next one, right? This is Hollywood.
Oh, Hillary.
This is entertainment business. This is how it goes in even in music. This is how.
I forgot about Hillary. Yeah.
And then after Hillary, it was Miley.
Then it was.
You get the TV show.
Miley.
You get the music career.
You're right. It was Hillary. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to cycle through, but I could not. I don't know why I didn't think of. Yeah,
that's how it typically is. It's like, all right, this the next one, and then this the next one, and then this one. Because you got to think about it like Raven Simone. Mm-hmm. There was no next one after her. Oh, yes, it was. I guess after her, you would say for Disney, it was what's her name? The mixed chick. Come on now, it was Spider-Man. Come on now.
Oh, Zendaya.
Because she had KC Undercover. After That's So Raven, you know what I'm saying? But that's how they typically try to do it. As you get older, they got to find that next face. And then they kind of get their hands up off of you a little bit, and like because I'll say this with I always forget her actual real name, but the girl who played Ren Stevens, and she also did the voice for Kim Possible. I feel like she was older when we was introduced to her. She was like older, so she didn't go through that same wave like a Lizzie McGuire where she was younger, she had more like even though she like it was Ren Stevens. It wasn't like Lizzie McGuire. I think more people took to Lizzie McGuire than Ren Stevens. Yeah. And Ren wasn't even the face of the show. It was Shia LaBeouf. That's why Shia LaBeouf had such a bigger career. But hey, you can't. Kim Possible is a legendary. Even Stevens is legendary, though. You know.
True.
After these 3 films, she had already secured her legacy as a Disney icon and a beloved child star. But her next role as Katie Heron in Mean Girls stamped her place in cinema history, as this film is in contention for being one of the best high school movies of all time. Mean Girls follows Katie Heron, a teenage
Mean Girls.
You said what?
Mean Girl.
Have you
ever watched Mean Girls?
Hell, no.
You can watch Mean Girls. Nothing's wrong with you watching Mean Girls.
No. But it was like, you got to think about it though. That generation was the generation for teen movies.
I'm about to watch Mean Girl. I'm about to watch.
we got a whole movie called Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah.
Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Yeah.
Like that high school or early college life. That was the movie during this period, bro. That. High school was never what you thought it was based off of these movies.
Yeah,
bro.
facts.
The best high school movies of all time. Mean Girls follows Katie Heron, a teenage girl who moves to Illinois from Africa, where she has been homeschooled her entire life.
Why don't I know you? I'm new. I just moved here from Africa. What? So if you're from Africa, why are you white?
She starts attending North Shore High School and is overwhelmed by the social dynamics and cliques. Katie is befriended by 2 social outcasts who teach her how to adapt to the school's social structure. She is also noticed by the Plastics, led by Regina George, for her good looks. The Plastics invite Katie to join their group, and Katie is encouraged to accept the invitation as a way to spy on the Plastics, break down their popularity, and expose their evil intentions to the whole school. Upon release, Mean Girls received positive reviews from critics, and although it was over-exaggerated, it did provide a somewhat realistic lens into the cruel and unapologetically mean behaviors and attitudes of high schoolers. And it definitely created quotable scenes that have lasted 2 decades.
I can't go out. I'm sick.
Boo, you whore.
The film was a massive commercial success, grossing over $130 million at the worldwide box office. Lohan won the award for Breakthrough Performance at the 2004 MTV Movie Awards, which she actually got to host.
I cannot believe I'm hosting the MTV Movie Awards. This is going to be so much fun. Oh yeah, these are my parents, Donald and Judy Lohan.
Hi, gang.
It is always so nice to meet Lindsay's friends.
MTV said they had to be here with me, since I'm not 18 yet.
She's the youngest host they've ever had.
Lindsay Lohan was on top of the world. At age 17, she was already doing cover shoots with headlines that read, "Why is America falling in love with Lindsay Lohan?" She even got to host Saturday Night Live. Lindsay was in the prime of her career, and although we probably remember her as being extremely popular and relevant for many years, her dominance only lasted roughly from 2003 to 2006 as her commercial success and public perception would start to spiral out of control. Her troubled household in New York seemed to reach a tipping point. Just before hosting the MTV Awards, her father, Michael Lohan, age 42, was accused of striking his brother-in-law, Matt Sullivan, at a First Communion party at the family's home in Merrick, New York. Her father was arraigned in First District Court in Hempstead on charges of second-degree assault and aggravated harassment. He maintains that Sullivan was drunk and responsible for the fight. A few days later, her father was due in a Manhattan courtroom to face similar charges in an unrelated case for allegedly beating up a city sanitation worker. That same month, Michael was arrested and charged with theft of services after allegedly skipping out on a $3,800 bill at a hotel. These incidents further placed a spotlight on Lindsay, who was unfairly held accountable for her father's actions. But in July of 2004, Lindsay officially turned 18 and moved to Los Angeles by herself. Instead of buying a house, she used her multi-million-dollar movie earnings to live in hotels, spending 1 year at the Hollywood Roosevelt, followed by 2 years and 2 suites at the Chateau Marmont. And these rooms cost hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars per night. She was easily spending upwards of $1 million per year to live in hotels. Lindsay said,
"You know why she probably wanted the room service? She wanted the maid service. Yeah, maid service to come clean. She don't have to do all that. But it ain't worth it.
Like that, yeah, that didn't make sense. That was a waste, yeah.
Like, cause she probably didn't want her own house, cause then she feels as though she gotta clean it, she gotta upkeep, and she gotta do this. She thought it probably would have been easy just to live out of like a hotel room.
I guess,
but that price go. That's oh shit.
That didn't make sense.
I didn't want to be alone, so whatever I needed, I could just go downstairs and there were people there. She now recognizes the unhealthiness of that. A combination of being a misguided teenager with millions of dollars while struggling with the trauma of her parents.
No, I'm saying that makes sense as far as why she did it.
I mean, yeah, but it still would have made sense to just get an apartment. Maybe get an apartment or find someone.
What's them hotels where they have like? I ain't trying to cut you off, but them hotels that have like you can go downstairs. They got a concierge.
A penthouse?
Is it a pen? It's not a penthouse, is it?
What you thinking about? Like
you got a concierge downstairs. You know what I'm saying? You got the bellhop.
Yeah.
But it's like but you can still like pay like $4,000 a month for back then.
Yeah.
It was probably about $10,000. But you know what I'm saying?
Like in a high rise.
Yeah. You know? Why she didn't do something like that? That would have made more sense.
Yeah. Would have been probably financially just a little bit less expensive, I should say.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And there were people there. She now recognizes the unhealthiness of that. A combination of being a misguided teenager with millions of dollars while struggling with the trauma of her parents was a recipe for disaster. The early 2000s was also notorious for sexualizing young female stars.
A Brenty and Medicine. A Brenty and Medicine. A Brenty and Medicine. The magic isn't happening.
I'm going to disagree with you.
1 month after her 18th birthday, she landed the cover of Rolling Stone with the headline, "Hot, Ready, and Legal." After she turned 18, she immediately began doing scantily clad photo shoots and being praised for her good looks. This was definitely...
But that was the time, though. Do you remember these type of magazines?
I do.
Was it like, especially even in the hip hop culture, you had Vibe magazine. You had it's a plethora of magazines they had, and then you have all the latest, like some of your favorite people, even you look up to now, was the cover of a lot of these, like Megan Good. I think Lauren London might have like Vivica A. Fox and stuff like that. Like they would be like on the front cover of these magazines being more sexually seductive. And that this environment is looked at as a way more negative. But at that time, that was the wave, you know? Which I don't know why, but But also, we start hearing more secrets about what's went on in the industry, now it makes sense why that was going on, you know?
A strange dichotomy because during all of this she was filming her next big Disney film, Herbie Fully Loaded. It's safe to assume that Disney wasn't happy with her new adult image because they stopped working with her after this film. It's crazy to think that in the beginning of 2004 she was Disney's teenage drama queen, and by the end of 2004 she was GQ's cover girl. She quickly developed a bad girl persona, but it didn't seem like she was trying to escape her child role. It kind of seemed like the tabloids just gave her the persona and she just kind of ran with it. Lindsay drove a $200,000 convertible Mercedes-Benz, had a rhinestone sidekick, always was stepping out with expensive bags, partied all night at the hottest clubs with Paris Hilton and her celebrity friends, had rendezvous with desirable older men in Hollywood like actor Wilmer Valderrama.
Also, it don't even make sense for her, who worked for her money, right, to be partying up with someone who didn't have to work for the money. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She can do whatever. She has nothing to lose. It's just based off the name.
Yeah.
Lindsay, you have everything to lose. You have it. Old money, new money.
Yeah.
Old money don't go nowhere. New money goes. Like you got to realize that, you know.
Had rendezvous with desirable older men in Hollywood like actor Wilmer Valderrama. Lindsay was everything adolescent girls growing up in the 2000s wanted to be. Just looking at her fashion sense alone feels like you've been thrust into a time capsule back into the early 2000s. And she did not give off the vibe that she was trying too hard. She just had it factor. To compound her success, she released another single, Rumors, which peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Bubbling Under Hot 100 chart and would go on to sell 500,000 copies. Her debut album Speak would go on to receive a platinum certification. She was also the most popular star at a time where paparazzi and tabloid culture was at an all-time high. They swarmed her like flies everywhere she went, shouting random questions at her, trying to get her to slip up, hoping to capture just one frame of her looking disheveled or messy to have a cover story. One time she even crashed her car trying to escape the paparazzi, only for them to spin the narrative on her and blame her for driving recklessly, when it was actually a member of the paparazzi who crashed into her car trying to get a picture of her. Her physical health was deteriorating due to her chaotic life. She said, "I had no time to go to the dentist, but something happened with my tooth. The dentist had to come see me. It was just so much all the time." Then in October of 2004, Lindsay was hospitalized for 5 days for heat exhaustion, with a representative later revealing she had a kidney infection due to her being dehydrated and overworked. However, Lindsay often arrived late and exhausted to set because she spent so much time partying. In 2006, while working on the romantic comedy film Just My Luck in New Orleans, Louisiana, the tabloids captured Lohan at numerous bars and nightclubs after long days of filming. The film crew saw her partying in the papers and were frustrated with her performance on set. "I've never seen anything like this. She's making our lives hell. It's just not professional," one film crew member remarked. While working on the film Georgia Rule, James G. Robinson, the chief of Morgan Creek Productions, wrote a letter to Lohan scolding her for her behavior. "You and your representatives have told us that your various late arrivals and absences from the set have been the result of illness. Today we were told it was heat exhaustion. We are well aware that your ongoing all-night heavy partying is the real reason for your so-called exhaustion." News of her lousy behavior spread across the industry as many deemed her irresponsible and unprofessional. She lost out on several movie roles, including A Woman of No Importance and The Edge of Love. Tired of her addiction impacting her career, Lindsay entered a drug rehab program for the first time in January of 2007. During her 30-day stay at the Wonderland Center in LA, Lohan continued working on the film I Know Who Killed Me. Unfortunately, things only got worse on May 26, 2007, when Lindsay lost control of her Mercedes-Benz and struck a curb in Beverly Hills, California. She was promptly arrested on a misdemeanor drunken driving charge. Immediately, Lohan checked into the Promises Treatment Center in Malibu for her second visit to rehab. After her 45-day rehab stay, Lohan was voluntarily fitted with an alcohol monitoring bracelet. Just 2 weeks after checking out of rehab, a woman called Santa Monica police alleging that Lohan was trying to run her down with a car. The police arrested Lindsay once again and charged her with drunken driving, cocaine possession, and driving with a suspended license. It's also important to remember that even when she was attending AA meetings and attempting to do the right thing, she was still being hounded by paparazzi. Just look at them waiting for her after she leaves an AA meeting.
Get out of the way! Look out! Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Hey, Lindsay, how was your meeting? Yes, sir. Okay. You missed Riley yet? Come on, guys. Let her go. Lindsay.
That gotta be annoying.
In August 2007, Lindsay entered rehab for the third time but opted to go somewhere isolated instead, checking into the Cirque Lodge Treatment Center in Sundance, Utah. While in rehab, she pled guilty to misdemeanor cocaine use and driving under the influence. Lohan was sentenced to serve 1 day in jail along with 10 days of community service and 3 years of probation. She also had to pay a fine and enter an alcohol education program. By October, her stint in rehab was over. Despite being sentenced to 1 day in jail, she spent a measly 84 minutes in a Los Angeles County jail due to what the sheriff described as jail overcrowding. As if her legal trouble and reputation weren't bad enough, all of her films after 2007 either bombed commercially or received overwhelmingly negative reviews. Her career was almost at the point of no return, and she had to get clean. In 2008, she managed to stay out of trouble. Well, besides saying this about Barack Obama.
You were a really big Obama supporter, so tell me what that night meant for you.
It was really exciting. It was such a, I mean, it's an amazing feeling. It's our first, co-president.
Paparazzi and gossip sites knew she was a ticking time bomb, and they did whatever they could to be the first to report it.
Hello, gorgeous. Lindsay, how you doing, gorgeous? Any thoughts about the image?
Hold up till I tell you, okay? Hold up. You're gonna go up right there.
Lindsay, my battery pack is going out.
We're gonna move her up. All right, guys, you need to move. You need to move.
They were so desperate for a story that sometimes the story was that she was being swarmed by paparazzi. Check out this video where they follow her to her girlfriend's house at 6 a.m. and record them having an argument inside of their house.
So you've been partying all night, Lindsay? You gonna stalk Samantha right now?
You're disgusting. Stop it. Mind your own business.
Although it was her own behavior that was destroying her life, we can all agree that having invasive paparazzi waiting outside of your house and filming your private conversations would drive anyone crazy. They wanted to break her down for their own benefit, and that's exactly what would happen. In October of 2009, a Beverly Hills judge extended her probation because Lohan had not been attending her required alcohol counseling program. On May 20th of 2010, Lindsay, who had attended the Cannes Film Festival in France, missed a required court appearance claiming she had lost her passport. Although the judge issued an arrest warrant, it was withdrawn after Lohan's representative posted her $100,000 bail. The hearing was scheduled for July 6th, where a judge ordered Lindsay to serve 90 days in jail for missing alcohol counseling sessions in violation of her probation. Lohan also had to spend 90 days in a drug and alcohol rehab program after her jail term ended. The video of her receiving her sentence and breaking down went viral.
30 days in jail on the first DUI case consecutive, and 30 days in jail on the second DUI case consecutive. That's 90 days in jail. The court is also going to order Dr. Sharma or appoint Dr. Sharma and Malinak.
Photos later surfaced of her in court with the words "you" painted on her fingernails. On July 20th, Lindsay began her...
The judge probably saw that. What's on her nails? Or somebody saw it and told the judge.
Yeah. It's so little, though, but yeah.
Somebody could have still saw and said, did you see what she said? What did she have?
Like, just imagine being, like, being young, coming up, because, so many, like her that have,
Yeah.
And just the paparazzi, like, because that, personally, that would have drove me insane. Especially since I'm like, so like, and I know like people are, well, that's what, it comes with it. But they were so hounding.
It's like, not asked for.
It's not right. And they were just so hounding with it and annoying. And some of them were so like, I don't know, but that would have drove me insane alone. Just with everything else I'm having to deal with.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I'll say this, in another hand of it, like, I think a lot of reason why so many people like her go through a lot of this is failure of parental structure.
True.
For one. Because a lot of times when a lot of parents basically strike a gold mine with their kids, they start doing some fucked up shit. Like her dad. Not only were you abusive, but you also doing a lot of scamish stuff. Shia LaBeouf used to say the same. He said the same thing. It's time and time again when you look at the reason why they went through such a spiral downfall. The child is the one who became rich and famous, but the parents feel as though they are rich and famous. No, the child is rich and famous. That's the reason why they came up with certain laws pertaining to kids working in this industry, because a lot of the parents used to go spend the money. So when the kid turned 18, it's like, hey, where's all the money I worked for? We had expenses.
This and that to pay for.
Why do you think we had this big old nice house? Well, I didn't say that. Do that with my money.
Yeah.
Well, who's else gonna be like? And so they go through that a lot of times, and they start getting. You already deal with rebellious kids, so just think of a rich rebellious child.
And then also, I agree with everything you said. And then also being young and being like in this industry and being exposed to so many
Having
like
so much access
to things and people and whatever it is. And some of these people been in the game for a while and they like introducing you to things and you like, oh, I want to partake in this and that.
You
And
never
I
been
want to
really
like,
told no.
you know
why
what I'm
you've
saying?
been successful. Nobody's telling you no. That's the reason why it hurt her so bad when she had the 90 days. She's like, I gotta go to jail for what I. Because she
always
used to
been like
repercussions for her actions.
Yeah. And then with you turning 18 and then moving out to LA on your own and whatever the case, and then you really like
wilding out.
Yeah.
It's a man. That's sad though.
Sentencing at the Linwood Correctional Facility, but would be released after less than 2 weeks behind bars.
You're never gonna learn your lessons. She got sentenced to one day.
Spent 84 minutes.
84 minutes. What's that? Less than an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Now, with this, she got sentenced for 90 days. Y'all don't even make her do a month.
2 weeks.
What the hell is she gonna learn from this?
Like, it's a continuous, like, oh, I can do whatever. And just
get a slap on the wrist.
And yeah. So it's like, it was never going to be like, okay, like, I need to get my together.
Yeah.
Wood Correctional Facility, but would be released after less than 2 weeks behind bars. Her mugshot became an iconic pop culture moment as she would become the original mugshot shawty. She began her court-ordered rehab only to be released after 23 days instead of the instructed 30. Less than a month later, Lindsay revealed to her supporters on Twitter that she failed a recent drug test but was working hard to overcome her drug addiction. Regrettably, I did in fact fail my most recent drug test, and if I am asked, I am prepared to appear before Judge Fox next week as a result. A probation report released later revealed that the drug test failure involved cocaine and amphetamines. Lohan returned to court on September 24th where the judge ordered the preliminary revocation of her probation. Lindsay seemed defeated as deputies cuffed her hands behind her back and walked her out of the Beverly Hills courtroom. She'd be thrown in jail again but was released that night after another judge overturned the decision and granted a $300,000 bail. Are you noticing a pattern here? Less than a month later, Lindsay reportedly visits the Camofi & Company jewelry store, where she walks out with a necklace valued at $2,500 around her neck before a store clerk calls the police to report it missing. Upon investigation, one of Lohan's associates hands the necklace to the police, resulting in Lindsay being charged with felony grand theft. On April 22, 2011, Lohan spent 5 hours in custody before posting a $75,000 bail after being sentenced to 120 days in jail for violating her drunken driving probation by being charged with theft. She's also ordered to perform 480 hours of community service. However, her theft charge is reduced to a misdemeanor. I know I sound like a broken record, and I could keep detailing her arrests because there are so many more, but most of them involve her violating her probation by failing drug tests or not showing up to court hearings, and then whenever she would eventually get to court, she would get sentenced and then somehow magically bail herself out, get out of doing jail time, or get out of doing community service somehow. Rinse and repeat that process multiple times per year. She lost her appeal to the public. She was only 26 years old but looked like she had aged a decade. Lindsay claims that she kept gossip sites in business.
A little bit about me. I'm an actress, a singer, an entrepreneur, and I've single-handedly kept 90% of all gossip websites in business.
But really, it was the other way around. The only reason she maintained a presence in pop culture at this time was because her never-ending criminal history was easy news coverage, and her attempted return to the spotlight in 2012 just further cemented that her career in Hollywood was finished. Lohan hosted Saturday Night Live in March of 2012 for the second time in her career. Throughout the episode, she made several self-deprecating references to her personal troubles that makes people laugh, but it's not like her performance was screaming a comeback was about to happen. In 2012, Lindsay starred as Elizabeth Taylor in the biographical television film Liz and Dick. During production, paramedics were called to Lohan's hotel room, where they treated her for exhaustion and dehydration. The film premiered on the Lifetime cable channel in November 2012. While the premiere garnered 3.5 million views, Lindsay's performance, as did the film, received largely negative reviews. Throughout 2013, she made forgettable appearances in throwaway projects like Scary Movie 5 and The Inappropriate Comedy. Or she received lead roles in minor projects like the thriller drama film The Canyons. Unable to revive her Hollywood career, Lindsay strategically created an 8-part docuseries, Lindsay, on Oprah Winfrey's own cable network. The show intended to provide an unfiltered look at Lindsay's life as she transitioned from rehab to her daily routines, aiming for a fresh start. It attempted to document her struggles to stay sober, reestablish her acting career, and repair her public image. And these types of programs usually work. People feel bad for celebrities as they discuss their deepest vulnerabilities on camera for millions to criticize. They're so brave for doing that, people usually say. But it didn't work for Lindsay. The ratings for this docuseries dropped substantially with each episode, as Variety described the series as boring, claiming that Oprah and Lohan were using each other for content.
Are you an addict?
Yeah.
And what is it you are addicted to? What is your drug of choice or drugs of choice?
Alcohol. Yeah. Because that in the past was a gateway to other things for me.
No. Because it sounds worse to say cocaine. Because every time you keep failing, the drugs or whatever test that they keep doing, it's always cocaine. Your addiction is cocaine. Alcohol is not the gateway. Cocaine is the habit. And you got on it early. And you cannot get yourself off of it. No matter how much time you doing rehab, no matter how much time she does behind bars, she can't kick it. You was gonna say what though?
No.
No, say it.
Nothing. I was just about to reiterate what she said, but it's nothing. But I guess because she was saying alcohol is her choice, but it's also, it leads her to doing other things because after a while it's not enough for her as well.
I don't even
because
think it's alcohol though.
Well, it's a plethora of things. We know that it's in the documents. She went to several AA like we know it's alcohol and other things as well. So let's just lay it out there. If we're gonna do it, lay it out there. It's alcohol, it's cocaine, it's whatever I can get my hands on.
And that's all I'm saying. Don't try to hide it.
Yeah, facts.
Other things like?
I'd never abused. I tried cocaine with alcohol, and I'd never.
That's when you were arrested the first time, correct?
Yeah, possession. I had
possession.
Since she was a tabloid queen for years, nobody was interested in seeing her make a comeback.
Are you supposed to be in rehab now?
Do you not watch anything that goes on?
I do.
A tabloid now?
Now here's what
May 2nd.
I was under the May 2nd.
Yes.
And how long will you be in rehab?
3 months.
How many times have you been in rehab?
Several.
And how will this time be different? What are they rehabbing, first of all? What is on their list? What are they going to work on when you walk through the door?
We didn't discuss this in the pre-interview. No.
Her career in Hollywood was officially over, and the tabloids only wanted to bring her down even more. An infamous sex list was leaked that featured 36 A-list stars that Lindsay Lohan allegedly hooked up with, including Ashton Kutcher, Joaquin Phoenix, Justin Timberlake, Adam Levine, and many others. Lindsay later admitted that the list was real.
That was actually my 5th step in AA with Betty Ford. And someone, when I was moving during the OWN show, must have taken a photo of it. And so that's a really personal thing.
Wow.
And it's really unfortunate.
Feeling absolutely defeated by the Hollywood hellscape, Lindsay randomly moved to Dubai for privacy in an attempt to rebuild her life. Paparazzi is illegal in Dubai, so she doesn't have to worry about getting followed by cameras. Lindsay spent the next few years detached from the spotlight, focusing more on her newfound religious views as she studied and considered converting to Islam. But even more rumors spurred that she was a high-class escort, and it didn't help that in 2013 her own
they do be saying that about women over there, like that flee to over there, flee over there.
Yeah.
That they go over there to be an escort to a lot of billionaires. They basically pay for them to come over there. They're like high end. They take care of them. They pay them well, but you be...
Yeah.
You know, when they concubines. Concubine, whatever, how you say that?
Bird that she was a high-class escort, and it didn't help that in 2013 her own father was quoted saying that she is getting paid to date rich men. According to the reports, these dates last for several days and the men shower her with lavish gifts like jewelry. Since Lindsay was living in Dubai, which is notorious for yachting conspiracies, where women subject themselves to disgusting sex acts for insanely wealthy men, plus being photographed cozied up with much older men, along with her failed career and bottomless legal expenses and potential drug habit, gossip sites were convinced that she was a high-class hooker, and that's how she maybe maintained her lifestyle. But disappearing to Dubai worked.
Wow.
Nobody was talking about Lindsay anymore. Nobody was harassing her. It was now 2017, over 10 years since Mean Girls, and we had witnessed countless child stars rise and fall. She started appearing in the news again around 2017 and 2018, but only for extremely strange controversies. Like in February of 2017, when airport security asked her to take off her headscarf while going through security, to which she claimed to have been racially profiled. She said, "I was flying to New York recently, I was wearing a headscarf and I got stopped and racially profiled for the first time in my life." Obviously, people ran with the narrative that a privileged white actress claimed to be racially profiled, but to give her the benefit of the doubt, she was trying to say that she has a deeper understanding of Arab women who are judged or unfairly profiled for their culture. She just kind of chose her words wrong. She also gained a lot of media attention for her fake accent.
You understand the Muslim Islamic culture. You understand that life is bigger than everything that we see. Americans are very close-minded in that sense. This is just me holding it with me walking, going. Whereas the paparazzi maybe across the street, I didn't know. And they crucified me for it in America.
Lindsay, what you got going? What happened?
She's trying to throw
Lindsay went over to Dubai for how long? Honey came back. She
This
said,
is how you know one has lost themselves. Like if you choose whatever religion you want, but it's when you try to mold yourself into something that you know that's not where you come from. That's not a definition of who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
It's just the accent for me.
You never know. Though.
The other stuff, I'm like, yeah, whatever you can do, whatever.
But I'm saying the accent.
But it's just, I'm like, yeah, but okay.
Is she? Can she tan? Because she's so pale. I don't know how the tanning thing be working because I know like some people say they can't. I don't know. Somebody let me know in the comment section down below the tanning etiquette or whatever how it works.
You saying because she probably would.
Like I'm thinking like because.
Well, that's not
her
important.
Being so pale,
yeah.
she probably like burned way easier.
Yeah.
They made me seem like Satan.
While most people were making fun of her for being cringe or accusing her of cultural appropriation, psychologists say otherwise. She is making herself as the person with whom she is speaking with, Kulesa said. Why do we do it? Liking is not the only goal. Mimicry imitating behavior is described as unconscious tendency to create bonds with others, a social glue which bonds us to other people. It seems it is imprinted in our nature. Lindsay garnered even more negative attention in October 2017 when she publicly defended former film producer Harvey Weinstein amid his Me Too allegations.
Hi, this is Lindsay Lohan. Hi, I'm in Dubai. I'm home. And I feel very bad for Harvey Weinstein right now. I don't think it's right what's going on. I think Georgina needs to take a stand and be there for her husband. And he's never harmed me or done anything wrong to me. We've done several movies together. And so I think everyone needs to stop. I think it's wrong. So stand up.
You know, when a drunk Lindsay Lohan is defending you, you've hit rock bottom. Someone tell her he's not a producer anymore. He can't give her a job. But then something even weirder happened when she went live on Instagram and tried to steal a homeless woman's children after they refused her help.
So I want you to tell America what you need, and I will get it for you. Yalla khabiti wallah. Yalla calm down.
She then proceeds to demand that the children come with her and sleep in her hotel with them for the evening.
You cold? You want to come with me? Come with me. Come. Come. I'll take care. Let me take care of you guys. Do you want to stay in a hotel tonight? Do you want to watch movies? Yeah, Yanni, let me take him for the night. Let him stay for the night. One night.
For about 5 minutes straight, she tries to convince this mother to release her kids to Lohan, but the mother refuses, so Lindsay begins to start shaming the mother.
And you should be doing what you do for your children so they have a better life.
Eventually, the family begins to get up and Lindsay attempts to forcibly grab the children.
Oh, no,
After they
Lohan.
refuse and walk away, she proceeds to follow them and labels them Syrian refugees who are trafficking children.
Are you excited? Let's go. Honey, wait,
called it.
no. Honey, shoes first.
That's scary.
Let's go. Get up. What are you doing? Get up. Guys, you're going the wrong way. My car's here. Come. Look what's happening. They're trafficking children. Mashallah. I won't leave until I take you. Now I know who you are. This is not Arab. You're ruining Arab culture by doing this. Mashallah. You're taking these children. They want to go. I'm with you. I'm with you. Boys, don't worry. The whole world is seeing this right now.
I guess it seems like her heart was in the right place, but it's odd that she would assume a mother would just give her children up to a stranger. And while most people expected Lindsay to just fade into her irrelevance, live her life in the Middle East, and only pop up when she has random, strange controversies, she actually made an unexpected comeback. MTV gave her a reality show because their network was on the brink of shutting down and they were grasping at straws trying to get views. Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club focuses on Lindsay as she manages her new beach club in Mykonos, Greece, and follows the lives of the staff hired to work there. During the filming of this show, she went viral for her dancing on stage at a bar, which became a trend on social media coined the #DoTheLilo challenge. This was the most positive press she received in years. She also became a panelist on the Australian edition of The Masked Singer. Lohan was slowly introducing herself back into the mainstream media and seemed much healthier than she had been in the past couple of years. She got a huge lucky break when the biggest network in present-day media, Netflix, approached her to star in one of the studio's annual Hallmark Christmas films. In May of 2021, Netflix announced Lindsay's major return to acting by starring in a Christmas romantic comedy about a spoiled heiress who loses her memory following a skiing incident. She spends the holidays cared for by a down-on-his-luck widower and his daughter. Falling for Christmas was Lindsay's first time starring in a lead role for a major production in several years. For the first time in a long time, Lohan appeared in a magazine not to discuss her troublesome past, but to promote a film she felt passionate about helping create. Rolling Stone called Falling for Christmas a formulaic film that reminds audiences what made Lohan a movie star in the first place. After the release, the filmmakers talked about working with Lohan, saying, "She's such an amazing actress and comedian, and it was really fun working with her. She's really prepared and very professional," along with landing a number of magazine covers. In March of 2022, Lohan reportedly signed a deal to star in 2 more films for Netflix. That same month, Lindsay announced her pregnancy in an Instagram post with the caption, "We are blessed and excited." Lindsay and her husband welcomed their son in July of 2023. The first film of Lohan's 2-picture deal with Netflix was the romantic comedy Irish Wish, where the director also spoke highly of her work ethic. She is very involved in the story and is really communicative. She's really easy to work with that way. She seems to be taking her comeback seriously this time, and putting in the work to repair her reputation. Lohan's second upcoming film with Netflix, Our Little Secret, is scheduled to release for the holidays of 2024, while Disney Pictures announced a sequel for Freaky Friday where Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis would reprise their roles from the 2003 film. Despite the complications with her family, including briefly cutting contact with her father, Lindsay revealed that she's on good terms with both of her parents, and in July of 2023 the family gathered for the first time in the last 7 years. In the past few years, people have become more empathetic and understanding of how unfairly treated child stars were. At one point, they were making headlines and being crucified for stupid mistakes that any teenager would make. In Lindsay's case, she was thrown into acting at age 3, raised by an extremely complicated family with a father who was constantly in and out of jail and allegedly abusive. Compound that with the insane paparazzi following her everywhere, prying at her hoping for a single slip-up. It will drive anyone mad, and it's clear that all of that led to her addiction, which took a huge toll on her life. And addiction is a complicated disease, a disease that many people pass judgment on to others, but it takes a lifetime to to fight. Now, as far as her relationship with the Saudi crown prince and what was going on in the Middle East, who knows? But we can only hope that her intentions were genuine and be grateful that she seems to be happy, healthy, and back on the right track.
I'm rooting for her. Because I used to like Lindsay a lot, like, you know, growing up back in the day.
But I didn't know her career was that short, though. Like,
yeah.
As far as like, what she was doing, I swear I didn't know it was that short, bro. That's crazy.
But I know she did stay, like, in the media, like, and it was always something negative, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, girl, get it, like, you know. But I know it's easier said than done when you, like, because you don't know what people go through and what they're dealing with, and then just on top of everything else and trying to navigate life and figure it out and whatever else. But
it's just so many. I mean, so many young actors in Hollywood that go through that.
Go down the same path. Yeah. But I'm rooting for her.
Sad though.
Yeah.
But hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Peace.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.